I'm recording Wayne, and I mean, Lil Wayne I want to say he got there maybe 7 p.m. that day. Now it's 6 a.m. and Wayne's like, oh, I'm about to go ahead and go on home. But hey, there's this artist named Drake. He's right there on the couch over here.
He's been here the whole time.
Yeah, he's been there the whole time. Drake hands me a CD. He's like, load that in. It's the Forever beat. And he goes in the booth.
Last name ever. First name greatest.
He does that. Wayne hears it. He's like, I'm a rapper too. He's like, you think you about to just come in here and do that and think I ain't about to rap? Wayne takes his stuff, unpacks, and goes in and he does his verse.
As many of you are aware, the One More Time podcast is kind of leaving the music part of, the industries a little bit. We're moving into film and TV. We're really into it. And that is why we are so thrilled to be welcoming in our guest today. It's Chris Tucker on the pod. Let's go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. How many episodes in a row are we going to pretend that we're going into film and TV at this point?
Until we do it.
Okay, well, anyways, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, we have the legendary diamond-selling recording engineer, mixing engineer. We got KY Engineerin straight out of Kentucky in the building.
Yes, sir. Give it up for me. Give it up for me.
Let's go. Give it up.
I'm giving it up, personally.
God, we were having so much fun before the cameras turned on.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Oh, well, we're already pausing.
It's been a pause. 2024 is a year of
so
pause.
sick of getting paused.
Well, we just don't want him to be giving it up to me.
We don't want that, KY.
No, giving it up for you. No, never mind. That's not
okay.
Yeah. This is it's props for me.
Yes.
Props to you.
Props
to me.
Shouts out to you. All right, man. So literally, I just saw you post a picture of your custom plaque wall.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of town.
And you have 100 of them.
How many plaques do you have?
So I don't owe them all.
Okay.
I only have 17 of them right now.
Okay, but how many are you eligible to order now that you have your
So I actually have a whole list of them literally on my phone.
Okay.
And now that I'm checking them off, I have 17. I have 156 more to order.
Oh my God. So we've heard the rumors that they don't just send you the plaques.
No.
It is a purchase.
Yeah.
How much does a plaque cost?
It depends. So and everybody doesn't even do them. So basically you have a basic one where sometimes when you see them and it says 1 million, over 1 million sold, over 2 million sold.
Okay.
Gold.
You can reorder a plaque with an updated amount.
Well, sometimes you have to do that, but it's only, so the labels actually have to, so say a song, sometimes have you seen a song and you think oh, this song should have been platinum. But now it's just now coming platinum, but it's just because they never actually tried to see what the numbers were. So they had to update it and actually put those in. But they're only going to do it so much or if you got a team behind you. But basically you have a basic one, and those basic ones are $500.
Damn. Okay.
And then the ones with the super cool artwork and all of that stuff, those could be $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 depending on
Damn, bro.
how big it is. So it actually costs a lot.
The plaque companies that's a jug, bro.
But they know that you just made so much money off that record that they know they can charge that.
They can charge you. Shouts out to Jewel Box Platinum, but y'all need to come down on the prices.
Yes, absolutely.
Y'all are killing us.
Or
y'all killing us. We earned this. We earned these.
I can't afford all the platinum records that I should have on my wall.
Yeah,
this is insane.
I would have ordered all of mine by now.
Oh my God. So
I mean, if it was $100 a piece, I would have them all.
For sure. So what was your first plaque?
I don't know which first one I actually earned, but the first one that I actually got would be the 2 Chainz one. And that was the other thing.
Which
I was
one?
about to
True
say.
Religion?
For Boats. No, so True Religion's a mixtape, so that's not officially.
It doesn't count.
Oh, it wasn't eligible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that was before he got his deal. So True Religion mixtape got him his deal with Def Jam. And then he put out Boats, which is based on a true story.
Yep.
And that was his first album, and that went super crazy.
Yeah.
So when I got the plaque, it was gold, I think. But it's clearly platinum now.
Yeah.
Maybe probably 2 or 3. but but that one I actually got. So sometimes the artists will actually give them to you, so they'll pay for them.
That's a nice gesture, I think, by artists.
They need to do that.
You're making the most money. Shout out if you want to show love to your team.
Well, the labels aren't making the most money.
The artists on the label should actually pay them.
Yeah, the label definitely should pay for everyone involved's plaque.
When do the label buy the plaque?
The label isn't
buying
they're not buying us lunch, bro. The label didn't even buy KY lunch after the fucking
I ain't gonna lie, they used to though. See, that's the thing. See, man, we got to get back to these old days.
What used to happen versus how it is now.
Because say if we had a session,
Yeah.
if I had a session, I got 2 Chainz coming in. I'm just gonna use him as an example. But I had 2 Chainz coming in, and we got the studio set up, and then the next thing you know, we would have a food budget, and the food budget would maybe be $400 for everybody. Oh, so it's like everybody's gonna get to eat. Now there's no food budget.
No food budget.
No food budgets.
Yeah.
Big boys like you wouldn't survive today.
You had to fit a fat joke in there.
I'm just anytime I can.
Somehow you squeeze it in.
Any chance I get, bro.
They're not paying for your Uber Eats. I'm just gonna let you know.
God damn it, KY.
Henry's actually gonna get into film and TV because I heard that they put food on the set. I'm just saying, like,
I love a buffet.
all right, man. So obviously you know are just a legendary recording and mixing engineer.
By the way, I feel like you haven't even like mentioned.
I didn't
the
even
shit come on, bro. Like, let's talk about KY's accolades.
There's too many, but like most notably, and like I'll let you correct me if I'm wrong, but like most notably, obviously, is your work with Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz.
Yep.
And I would say Jack Harlow,
Drake.
Jack Harlow, Drake, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Made in Tokyo, Derez Deshawn.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Waka Flocka. Can't forget Waka.
He gave me the name.
He gave me the name.
Yeah.
Waka gave me the name. So let me put him first.
Waka first, and then Lil Wayne.
Bitch, I'm busting at him, right? It was busting at him.
Yeah, but busting out the intro song.
Waka needs more flowers.
I agree.
Waka needs more. I'm saying it right now.
Does.
I mean, maybe it's because I'm from Atlanta. I don't know. But like Waka, specifically in the city at least, needs more flowers.
Oh, Let's Do It changed my life when it came out. Oh, Let's Do It. Like, it changed my life.
No hands?
Yeah, that wasn't his record, but yeah.
But
It is his record.
No
it
hands?
was.
This is his record.
It was him featuring.
Yeah, no, it was Waka featuring Roscoe Dash and Wale.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's on his
Roscoe's
album.
record.
It's on his album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on his second album.
Okay.
Triple F Life.
Yeah, and it's incredible. But yeah, so obviously this guy knows his way in and around a studio session, right?
Double diamond selling.
Double diamond.
Double D.
Okay.
We said we weren't going to say it.
You said we shouldn't say it, and then you said it. How do you do that?
I set the stage for me to take the light.
You just wanted to say the joke.
Yes.
I think you did a better job. All right, but so I feel like our audience, who's, aspiring artists, producers, engineers of their own, maybe on the music business side, like, I think I want to just get some like studio etiquette shit out the way.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's important, bro. Like,
You're a courteous guy.
I've been to enough sessions where I'm like, y'all are doing the most. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, wow, that's probably not flying. Like,
yeah.
So let's go through some like, as a recording engineer specifically, right? And then maybe we can touch on just generally speaking, all the different people that might be in a studio session.
Right.
What are some like big no-nos? Like, let's get the like, don't fucking do these things.
So first off, I want to say I'm glad you brought that up because studio etiquette is like the main. I think that's the main thing, and that's actually how you get a lot of work because most engineers, you're going to start off as a recording engineer because you had to start as a recording because you don't know how to really mix at that point.
Yeah.
Or you just kind of got to a point where, hey, I'm trying to kind of get these guys together and, all the different type of stuff. But anyway, I'm glad, like I said, you brought that up. So I say studio etiquette, I'm going to start with just stuff that you need to do. And like I said, it's kind of mixed into that.
Yeah.
But I think that you have to just, for one, be on time. That's number one. So if the session starts at 8, can you please be there at 7:15 at the latest?
Yeah.
Whoa.
7:30.
7:30, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and there is no food budget. There is no food budget now, but hey, you can get there early and you can eat your own food.
You thought you were getting there early for dinner, bro.
I had 7:30 in my head, and I was hoping he was going to say
But you can do that, and then when you do that, like at least you can go ahead and get you a meal.
Yep.
You can go ahead and set the mics up. Make sure that those are working.
Yep.
Check
Make sure
check the speakers.
If there's like if you get your vocal chain.
Your vocal chain, yeah. If you need to get the Tube Tech or LA2A, Neve, or whatever it is you're using. Of course, shouts out to the Avalon. I love that. 737.
Nah, I need the blue one. Give me the blue one.
Hey, blue one. I like that.
The blue. That's what all the artists say. I need the blue compressor.
Hey, that's the Tube Tech.
Exactly.
They just the blue's crazy.
They call it the blue one.
So the Tube Tech.
Yep.
But
That's the official name, guys.
CLB1.
CL1B.
CL1B. My bad. I said it wrong. CL1B. So you got that, but definitely go ahead and make sure all that stuff's set up. That way, when the artist comes in, you don't know what type of mood they're gonna be in. So say when they walk in, they might automatically be ready to go. Sometimes they're gonna, they need to get themselves together, whatever it is they kind of do. They might want to eat first, or whatever it is they do. They might want to chill, just listen to beats, whatever it is. But sometimes I've definitely worked with artists where as soon as they walk in, load this up.
Yes.
So you need to be ready for that. So I say that's number one. be ready.
Yeah.
Go ahead, get there early, be on time, and set everything up.
Yeah.
Be ready. So when they walk in, you're ready to go.
Sounds
just
so obvious.
One quick note though on that.
It's like they don't do it.
One quick note on that. You mixed Welcome to College Grove too, right?
Yes.
So we interviewed Nolan.
Yeah. Shouts
recorded
out to
it.
Shouts out to my boy Big No.
Yeah.
So we had the recording and the mixing folks on that project, and he talked about.
So now we just need Chainz and Wayne.
Well, yeah,
And like, I don't know any better guy to make that happen, but like,
We'll talk about that later. But
call him right now, bro.
he talked about how Chainz doesn't, he doesn't want to hear a beat until he's in the booth,
Right.
ready to record.
And he actually is not in the booth. He's sitting here with us. So you're Nolan.
Yeah.
I'm Chainz.
You have a mic out here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Is that because he's white and you're? I don't know. I just
Well, I mean, it was easy.
on, man.
Well, you look more like Nolan, though. You look more like Nolan.
Ugly,
did.
though.
Yeah,
Ugly
So,
ass motherfucker.
okay, you could be Nolan. He's Bubba Sparks.
I'm still white.
He's Bubba Sparks.
I'll take Bubba.
He's Bubba Sparks. Bubba's a legend.
I've worked with him. He's been here.
Yeah, so see?
There you go.
There you go.
But yeah, so
Twin.
Yeah, so how does it happen?
Where have you been? Not
Wait,
great.
okay, so how does it happen then? So Chainz is in the main control room
In the
with
main control room. A lot
Okay.
of people don't really use the booth nowadays.
Booths are dead.
What's
now.
that about?
Booths are dead.
Booths are
I just
dead.
think they just lazy and don't feel like walking there.
That's the funniest reason.
I think they want to be a part of.
No, that's funnier.
They want to be a part of the energy. They want to be a part of the things.
Yeah,
that's
but it's
going
like we
on.
had to both. Now I got to put on headphones.
Yeah, true. That part sucks. Instead of like being able to kind of hear what you maybe need to mix, or do
Yeah.
two tweaks by like hearing it in the speakers.
Right.
You're
And what
robbed
if
of
somebody's
that.
next to me? Like, that's the crazy thing, too, because I guess you had to kind of be like artists, because if you're an artist, you kind of got to take that one ear off.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in the booth, if you want to hear yourself. But I guess as me as an engineer, if I'm sitting there, now I have to do that same thing. Like,
Yeah.
because now I got, say if it's the producer right there and he's trying, yo, you should tell him to do this. And I'm like,
What? Yeah, it's so annoying.
so now I had to be like this.
Yeah.
So I hear you and I'm listening to this guy over here.
Yes.
So it's kind of distracting to a certain extent. But
So how much interfacing is happening with a producer in the room?
well, a lot of times, depending on, because we have two different things, and I always had to break this down, but you have beat makers and you have producers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Metro Boomin is a producer.
Yes.
And then you have a lot of beat makers.
Yeah.
Not every beat maker is a producer, not every producer is a beat maker.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, because say like a Mike Will made it, he makes beats, but sometimes he actually doesn't make that beat, but he produces the song.
A lot of times.
A lot
He's
of
got a whole team of people that make fire beats on
They
your
make fire
drummers.
beats, but he knows that he's going to grab it,
He's got
put it
the ear.
together. He knows how to put that stuff together.
100%.
And then you got some guys that, hey, I just know how to make a dope beat. I don't necessarily know how to kind of guide you as an artist to make it a hit.
Yeah.
And so those guys are what, sitting quiet in the session, or they might not even be in
They
the
might not
session?
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a beat maker, you're probably not there most of the time.
With Mike Will, the difference is if you hear the Mike Will tag, he probably worked on the beat. If you hear the eardrummers tag, he probably just produced it.
Produced it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
100%.
For sure.
Oh, good job, bro.
Sure.
But yeah, all right. So
Shouts out to Mike Will, too.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So, back to kind of like some studio etiquette suggestions. So like number one, be ready, be on time. What else are we going with?
Let me see. What else would I go with from there? Be focused.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand, like, I don't know how it is now because I'm actually just more of the mixing side. So I've been doing that for maybe 7-8 years now.
When's the last time you recorded someone?
7-8 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You just
I don't record anymore.
don't do it.
I love that. I strive for that.
I'm strictly mixing, and of course we'll get into that later on. But just other stuff that I do outside of even just being in the studio physically.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was recording people, like I said, say you come in, say a Waka session back in the day, it might be 20 to 30 people in there.
Damn.
So guess what? They're having a great time.
You're not. You have to be focused.
You need to be focused.
Yes.
When they're taking shots, do not take a shot.
I always do.
Right.
That's why you're not KY
But
Engineering,
if you
bro.
can focus, you got to
I
focus.
can, though.
But guess what?
It helps my vibe a little
Guess
bit.
what, though? If you can, then guess what? Do your thing.
Thank you, KY.
Don't do that, KY.
But my thing is, at least for most people, don't do
Don't
it.
Yeah,
take the
most
shot.
Do not take the shot.
You're most
and
people.
even if you
Some
smoke,
people get drunk off 3 shots, bro. Like, I'm a tank.
even
That's me.
if you smoke,
yeah.
don't do that because guess what?
That actually fucks me up.
You might actually like get to a point where something's going on and you're like, yo, I'm so high that I don't even know what's going on. You don't want to be that guy because then guess what? That artist is going to be in the booth and he's mad at you now.
Well,
Yeah.
and speed is so important, right?
Speed is, and then that'll go to number 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you
Because
can't be.
you need to be fast.
Yeah,
Have to.
And if you're a little too,
You might be a little
you
slow.
might be a little slow.
They might be like, yo, I'm ready. And like I said, I pride myself for like, that was one of the things for real, like with a lot of artists, why they wanted to work with me because I was so fast.
That's it.
That's
Like-
the one, man.
That's the thing.
Talk about that.
That's the thing.
Because you will miss a vibe. You will not catch a vibe because you were trying to find a plugin or you were just confused or you were stoned.
Yeah.
Something will happen.
And a lot of times too, especially now with a lot of artists not writing, they're coming off the top of their head. So they might got a line in their head and you need to hurry up and go.
They'll forget it because they don't have it written down.
They don't have it written down. And the fact that it took you 20 seconds to hit record,
Too long.
that's too long.
That's
I
incredibly too
I
long.
forgot the line now.
Yeah.
Because they're high.
Yeah, now as the artist, I
Yeah.
want to come out here and beat you up.
And being able to playlist and do multiple takes, at once. Like, let's try this line 7 times. You got, and then you do 7 takes, and they're like, let me hear take 3. When you do 8 takes, it's like,
And guess what?
You got to be able
Don't
to go
delete
back to
those
that one.
takes. Keep them.
Don't delete
playlist.
it. Exactly.
Playlist.
Yep.
And in your head, you have to kind of, or if you need to write it down and, hey, this is a take. Because say like an artist like Nicki Minaj, when I worked with her, she would record her verse 10 times.
Yes.
And then she would go down them. So we would listen to them, and it's crazy because she actually really knows. So she would be like, yo, from the 7th take that I did, take the 4th bar from that one.
So you guys are comping
Yeah, we're comping.
together.
But she knew.
She knows, though.
She's in the comping
The
process.
7th, no,
Yeah.
but she knew the 7th take.
Yeah.
Take the 4th.
Yeah, I killed it on that 4th one
That's crazy.
for that line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the 5th line, the 5th bar, that one came from the 3rd take.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crucial.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, man, shout out to Nick. I mean, Queen Nicki for sure. But
I'm a barb.
It doesn't surprise me that she's that. it doesn't surprise me that she's that like in tune with her process and shit. Because
she's
obviously,
She's
she got
super
to be
dope.
where she is. But yeah, damn. Did you have any? Well, you didn't have anything on the most recent project, right?
I worked with her like early Young Money days.
Okay.
I actually met her at Hot Beats studio, which was a dope ass studio over on 14th and Spring Street. Legendary studio.
R.I.P. Hot
It
Beats.
actually needs, R.I.P. Hot Beats. And shouts out to my boy Russ, man. He the one that gave me my start. Whatever, but a lot of people came from Hot Beats, man. Like I was actually talking to a friend the other day, and I feel like Hot Beats needs a documentary
Yeah.
because it was that dope. Like, I mean, that's an early Drake. That's Wayne before Carter 3. That's
Dedication.
That's Future. Dedication 3 was recorded in there.
You worked on that.
I've worked on that.
Come on, man.
I would say, like I said, Future before. I mean, he already had Dirty Sprite out, but he wasn't the Future that you know.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to say he did Tony Montana in there. 2 Chainz was Titty Boy. He was still actually not even doing solo tapes at this time. He's in Player Circle.
Play a circle.
Play a circle,
man.
yeah.
Come on, man.
God, I used to love what was
Justice
that double
League
bag
producers, C Note,
Yes.
Willpower.
Yes.
Willpower.
Like, I mean, I could literally kind of just keep going with like all these people that came to Atlanta from other places and were like just here trying to figure it out.
Bro, how am I just hearing about Hot Beats? I feel like a fucking poser.
We've talked about hobbies on the podcast.
Have we?
Yeah.
I don't even think someone fucking fact check Henry right now because I don't think so.
Okay.
Anyways, all right. So
Dope place.
All right. So
Legendary.
all right. So I think any other just like more general studio etiquette type of shit, right? Because you're especially in the recording engineer role, you're hearing like producers in the room, homies in the room, girls there, artists there. You're kind of seeing and hearing like the whole thing unfolding. So is there any like advice for just like more generally speaking?
You basically kind of just said it because honestly, you hear a lot of stuff, but guess what? You don't hear it. Whatever you hear, you don't hear.
Mum is the word. Damn, that's tough.
That's it right there.
That's
so
tough.
Gotta know when to
think
shut
about
up.
it. Like okay, because honestly, even us being engineers, we're kind of therapists too.
Yes.
So you as an artist, honestly, like say if you have a family, you're probably with me more than you're with your family.
100%.
Yeah.
If you're like really locked into what you're doing, you're with me more than you would with your family.
If you're doing
And
Lil Wayne type sessions.
Lil Wayne sessions they could be a day.
Yeah.
It could be literally full 24 hours. So he's with me more than he's with his kids.
For sure.
And so guess what? It ain't like he doesn't love his kids. So he's going to talk about his kids at some point, or he's going to get on the phone with them, or he's getting on the phone with his girl, or whatever it is going on. But guess what? You don't hear that stuff. and you don't take that outside of that room ever.
Damn.
Like, I mean, I have a lot of stuff that I would never, ever say.
Engineer-artist confidentiality.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, I mean, maybe some of these engineers probably are signing NDAs.
It's very possible.
But I've never signed one, but I'm just a real guy, so I would never take things. And then sometimes, too, you don't even understand, like, say if you're working with artists, maybe you're not a dude that's, like, kind of hip to what's going on in the street sometime. And you might work with two dudes that are opposing to each other. They're ops. Both of these dudes are ops. But I work with both of y'all. I'm cool with both of y'all. But at the same time, I wouldn't be like, yo, dude was in here talking about you last week, or he just made a diss song on you. Yo, I'm about to play it for you. It's not even out yet. And I'm about to play it for you. And then now you just started a whole thing.
You're recording with a Blood and you got a session with a Crip right after.
They don't even, isn't it more like, okay, we're not going to get into it. Yeah. But no, so like so for you, 24-hour sessions sometimes, right? Like wow. I could never, I couldn't physically do that. Like, so was that tough for, like, you know, were you able to do those easily?
Were you on cocaine?
Yeah. I mean, like, what kind of performance enhancing drugs were we on to get through full day sessions, bro? Like,
you know what I was on?
What were you on?
Getting my bank account pumped up.
That's right.
He just saw the dollar signs keep going every hour that turned over.
He was snorting money.
Yeah, I was snorting money.
Snorting Benjamins.
Rolled them up.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, just motivation, honestly, too, because also, like, I just knew where I kind of came from, and that, I mean, we were grinding and I was doing it for free.
Yeah.
So why can't I do it and I'm actually getting paid?
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, obviously it's in your name, KY Engineering. So, yes, like, sir. You know, you're from Kentucky. What's like the most Kentucky thing about KY Engineering?
About me?
Yeah.
Oh, man. My name, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm from Kentucky, so I represent. And I did that on purpose because when I first kind of came in the game and I was coming down here to Atlanta, people were just like, Kentucky? Oh, you from Kentucky? Like, it was just like this big thing.
I don't know anyone from Kentucky besides you.
People didn't.
Swear to God, you're the first person I've met.
But see, now that's not as much of a thing to say, though.
Yeah,
I know. I don't know.
That's not as much of a thing to say now, though.
It is. I just
because
said
guess
it.
what?
I just said it, KY.
But hey, man, we out here now, though.
Well, I haven't met Jack.
Well, we got Jack. We got ESTG.
I haven't met him
We
either.
got Bryson Tiller.
I didn't meet Bryson yet.
Bryson, really?
We got Static. Rest in peace to the legend, Static Major.
I didn't meet Static, man.
Yeah,
rest in peace to him, for sure.
Bryson Tiller is from Kentucky?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was Canadian or something.
Seven Aurelius, shouts out to him. He's a dope producer that made he made a lot of the Ja Rule Murder Inc. Beats, like for Ashanti and all that stuff. He's from Kentucky. Nappy Roots. I always say that they're kind of I guess they're the first rappers to get on from Kentucky. So
those are the homies.
I give them that. You know what I mean? And I know you've been over to Atlanta, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Atlanta, yeah.
Atlanta,
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
No, you've been there.
So
good beer.
Venue. Yeah,
See,
good.
you're drinking some Kentucky beers just in Georgia.
Yeah, I didn't even.
Well,
It's got that Kentucky love in it.
But it's
we make bourbon.
Atlanta. It's Atlanta before Tucky, though. You know, so it's kind of Atlanta first.
Because we here, and Nappy Roots is a blend group. Well, they got people from Georgia and from Kentucky,
and it sounds better than what Kentlanta.
That does sound.
Kentlanta. That sounds.
That doesn't sound.
Atlantucky sounds.
It was a marketing move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a preference. I mean,
I don't really.
Let's just say it was a preference thing.
Shouts out to my boy Skinny and all them, man.
Yeah, man. But so like, you seem to have just such a special place in your heart, though, bro. Like for Kentucky, like
for sure.
You like so much of your, especially recent content and just anything. You're either like rocking, fucking UK apparel,
got to
right? Like talking about Kentucky, like putting on for the state. Like, is that a big like mission of yours?
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, it's really always been that from day one because one of my main things, even though I'm not an artist, I'm an engineer. My main thing was, it's like when I listen to music, man, I like hearing stories of where people are from.
Yeah.
And that was one thing, like, that's what made me move to Atlanta. I was listening to Outkast and just all this stuff. And I'm like, yo, this sounds cool. Like, they're talking about East Point and Headland and Delow. It's like when I came to Atlanta the first time, I like wanted to see these places.
Oh.
And so
I was so happy when I saw that intersection. I was like, my life just changed because I was immersed in the world.
If you watch like the Players Ball video, like right from kind of Headland and Delow, they were like in this cemetery.
Yes.
But that's like right down the street from me. And it's like I got to drive past and see this stuff. So I just wanted to like people know where I'm from. you know, like we got something special too. So I wanted people to know where you're from, and I wanted to kind of dispel all those rumors of just, oh, it's backwoods and you know, cousins sleeping with cousins and
There is a
no
little bit of
shoes and
There's a little bit of that.
I mean, maybe in the mountains.
Okay.
Maybe in the mountains. Maybe in the mountains.
Definitely in the mountains.
But I'm from Lexington, and then you know, and of course you got Louisville.
Yeah.
So
And those are
it's-
cities.
It's not. Hey man, don't hate. Don't
No, I'm saying they're real cities. Like
Oh.
those, you know. No. I'm hating on the mountain folk.
hate. Well, I love the mountains. Shouts out to Paintsville, man.
So have you been to the
Shouts out to Ashland.
Okay.
So have you been to the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, I've been there a lot of times.
Really?
I've probably so it's actually two kind of derbies. So, you know, we have the hood derby.
Okay, what is that?
The hood derby is we don't actually go to the real derby,
Okay.
but we bring out all our dope ass cars, and we got the systems, you got the paint jobs, you got the rims, and we just ride up and down. It's almost like a Freaknik.
Oh.
But you're just on the street, and you might just be in traffic.
So no horses.
No horses.
No horses at all.
Except
Horsepower.
except for the few stallions running around. There.
Okay, yes.
If you get what I'm saying.
I don't really know what you're saying.
You get
but
what I'm saying?
I think I might.
It's a few stallions.
A couple of
running around
Megans.
there.
Okay, Megan's.
It's a few of those running around.
Okay.
But no real horses.
All right. So that's the hood. That's the hood derby.
That's the hood derby.
Is
And
that the
then-
derby you
That's the
used
derby
to
I
go
started.
to? That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
derby you used to go
We
to.
never thought about actually going to the real derby.
Okay, so then fast forward, you've gone to the real
Fast forward,
derby.
I went to the real derby.
Okay.
And it's a cool event. Like you can dress kind of quirky. Of course, you have your suits on, and you know the girls have their hats. That's kind of their thing. You know, with the big hats and like it's literally girls right now that are working on their hats like 6-7 months out.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Like
My derby hat.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I gotta have my derby hat.
And guys, this was a fucking trick question, all right? This dude was in the Churchill Downs motherfucking music video.
Legendary
like, what the
day.
fuck, bro?
Legendary day.
Our guests sometimes hold back the good shit, bro.
That's a
It was a
legendary
trick
day.
question.
I knew you were trying to.
Did you know
get
I
into-
knew?
Well, I
read your
had
notes.
to take him to the hood derby first, though.
I know,
Yeah,
but then
sure.
even when I said like, oh yeah, so like then you went to the real derby, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, and like they work on their hats. I'm like, KY, I don't give a fuck about their hats, bro. You were in the fucking Drake and Jack Harlow Churchill Downs music video. You were like with him and drama and shit, and like
That was
Dude.
that was a legendary time, man. Like shouts
had to
out to
be-
Jack. Jack made that happen. Of course, I've worked with Drake, so for me, it was a full circle moment for me working with Drake and knowing him before he even blew up, before he even dropped So Far Gone.
Wow.
To helping Jack get to where he's at, and me not having. That was one thing I loved about Jack, which I'm sure we'll probably talk about him a little bit more.
let's talk about him right now.
But so one thing I loved about Jack is that if I introduced him to somebody, he would take it and make it his own thing. He's not really okay. I introduced him to Drake, but guess what? He took it and made it his own relationship. So that was one thing that I loved about Jack because you had to do it because I can't just hold his hand. Like I didn't want to call Drake and say, hey, get on the song with Jack. Jack made that happen on his own. I didn't call Drake and say, hey, come to Derby and shoot the video for the song you did. Jack made that happen on his own. And that was one thing that I loved about Jack. Like I said, he'd take it and make it his own thing and build his own relationships. But that day was crazy, man. Like, for one, it's already Derby. And then you got
It's
to
already just monumental.
It's already
of a
monumental.
yearly event.
It's a yearly event and it's monumental.
Yeah.
And then for Drake to be there and we're shooting a video,
It's insane.
never happened before.
No.
Drake's never been there. Drewski was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Drewski.
I saw some behind the scenes clips too. Like people were getting pretty lit. Actually, like they were
Oh
getting
yeah,
fucked up.
you're gonna do that because you know I don't really drink the mint juleps, but you know that's like the
The mint
special
julep.
drink.
Yeah.
Of course, you know you have your bourbon and you can drink whatever you want to drink. And then I'm not a big gambler, but hey, I'm gonna bet on these horses.
Got to
You know,
throw a couple down.
Yeah,
you know what
throw
I'm
something
saying?
down. You know,
Pick an underdog.
You're here. You're here. And then, like I said, the whole thing is you can kind of get dressed and wear some stuff that you normally don't wear. So
Oh, your suit was fly, bro.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I went pink. You know what I mean? And,
Yes.
you know, that was Saint Laurent too. I just had
Throw that out there.
Just in
Saint
case
Laurent.
y'all didn't
that was,
see.
That was Saint Laurent.
Yeah.
I know. You know, it didn't say Saint Laurent, so
But
I
it
got
was.
to, I'm gonna say it.
It was it. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it for him.
Yeah, he was about to hold back about the whole story, and now he's like, "It's Saint Laurent suit, baby. Let's go."
And the crazy thing is, also, I normally really don't do videos because
How many have you been in?
more than one.
a lot.
But I guess I'm kind of saying that. But honestly, the videos I have been, I could have been in a way more.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, I'm a real kind of laid back dude, and I like to let the artists kind of do their thing.
Yeah.
I'm behind the scenes guy. But Jack always kind of does ask, like, yo, I want you to be in my video. Like, he just, looks at me as OG and, I helped him out. So I'll kind of hop in there for him. But I ain't gonna lie, that was one. He didn't even have to ask me. I was going to make sure I was in there.
Yeah.
It's in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Jack, I mean, in case you weren't going to invite me, I'm coming to the Derby and I'm in the video.
Well, he invited me. I knew before.
I know. I'm just playing. But so how did y'all, obviously I know the Kentucky connection, but like, how did you actually
meet Jack?
Yeah. Like how what's the origin story there?
So I had a friend named Dip. He's from Kentucky, and when I first moved to Atlanta, he was kind of our manager, and he was managing some other groups. His name Black Coffee and Rob Jackson. They had major deals at the time.
Yeah.
One was signed to Motown, and one was signed to Arista Records, which I don't think Arista even exists anymore.
No, they got swallowed up and renamed and whatever.
System.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, that's so he was a part of our management team when we first moved. And of course, he's just still in the music or whatever. And he was like, yo, you need to check this kid out. Because I'm always looking for like the next Kentucky artist. Like I said, that's my whole thing. Like I want people to see where we're from. And I know I can only do so much because I'm an engineer, so I don't have that voice. You need to hear us. You need to be with these headphones on and vibing out. You need to be in your car. But he's like, yo, you need to check this kid out. He sent me a video, which the name of that song was called Ice Cream. Jack, I think, kind of took it off his YouTube, but if you really look hard enough, you can find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the first
So
video.
how old
I
was
seen
he at
from
the
him.
time?
Jack was 18, 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I seen that video, and then I ended up clicking on another one that was called Riding Around Town, and I just liked both of them. Like, I mean, it was this white kid, and he had these glasses. He looked quirky, but it's like the music had a vibe. He was rapping dope. He had good lyrics.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, let's link up with him. So I ended up following him on Instagram, hit him up, brought him down here to my studio that I had at the time. It was called Bass. Brought him there, and they would just come down maybe for 3 or 4 months. They were just coming down. He would come down with his team, him, Urban, 2 for 1. That was 2 for 1 is basically his producer. Urban's his photographer / best friend.
Yeah.
And he would bring them down, and they would come, and we would just work.
Damn.
And then eventually I was like, man, we need to kind of get off these weekends. You need to move.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy because literally within a month, he called me and was like, I'm ready to make that move. Help me get set up. So I helped him find a place. He did that. And they was working, they had a little job. They worked at Chick-fil-A for about a month or two.
Oh, no.
And basically I ended up kind of getting them with DJ Drama, Lake, and Cannon over at Generation Now.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. So he worked at Chick-fil-A, but then he got a KFC brand deal.
We traded on kids.
Yeah,
but we got to go with the, he's from
I know.
Kentucky.
That's the home team. That's the home chicken.
And then it made sense. It made sense once you seen the bucket with his face on it.
I know, bro.
It's like, I'd rather have Jack as the Colonel than the Colonel.
For sure.
Yeah.
Home chicken, that's a B kind of joke.
That's pretty good.
Come on, man.
But bro, I'm gonna just say it, man. And I don't think this, but like a lot of people fucking hate on Jack, bro.
I mean,
Whack Harlow is like a popular nickname, bro.
Hey,
what do you say to people that are hating on Jack? What's your response?
Hopefully I can cuss on her, but fuck him.
Fuck him, bro. Fuck him, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, people are always gonna hate on stuff that wins. It's like, honestly, if you don't have haters, then you're fucking not winning.
Yeah,
that's facts.
That's so
that part's
facts. That's the biggest fact.
Yeah, you're not winning.
I will say though,
say it, bro.
Maybe I won't.
I'm surprised you're gonna say this.
Yeah, I won't. I don't know. I love Jack. I love everything about Jack. I think he's a great dude. I think he can rap his ass off, but I feel like I just feel like he can make better music most of the time.
I'm okay. I'm gonna say this too, man.
I'm in the middle here. This is perfect.
He's capable of making better music.
I'm gonna say this. Have you ever heard the song "Tyler Hero" by Jack?
Yes, it's one. I like that one.
What?
So I'm just. He says basically, the people that hate on him the most do what?
I don't remember.
Look just like him.
Ooh.
Oh, the white people don't like him, bro.
Interesting.
Is it whiteys that all hate on him?
I don't know.
Mostly.
He's not Eminem.
I'm gonna tell you now. Like
why isn't he Eminem?
The biggest part of his fan base are black women.
Great, interesting.
Is that why he's going for the whole like I'm so sexy
That's
guy
just him.
character now?
He's just a sexy guy. Pause.
No, I mean,
no pause. Keep running.
Resume.
Yeah, resume this. Oh my god. Yeah, man. I just. Yeah,
he has great songs, but the albums seem to have like fluff for me. I don't know if it's the production or.
I think. Did you listen to Jackman?
It's so good.
Yes,
don't
better.
even try it.
Okay,
better.
Guess what? We're in a business, so he needs to make hits. But at the same time, Jack is like kind of a backpack rapper type rapper.
Oh yeah.
So like if you ever listen to any of his albums, he always has like a song named after a street, which would be like Baxter Ave or River Road. Those are kind of like his more introspective songs. And basically Jackman is basically an album full of those. But that's really what he wants to do. But guess what? At the same time, we need First Class. We need Lovin' on Me. We need
God, Lovin' on Me's going stupid, bro.
We have to cash out on nostalgia is what it is. It's the labels saying.
You gotta have those hits. Because I mean, think about even like Eminem. He always had the name songs to be like The Real Slim Shady or My Name Is. It's like,
Stan.
but those are quirky. Stan, quirky songs. But if you listen to Eminem's albums, he had his substance in there.
Yeah.
But he had to give you these quirky songs because those are going to sell. Oh, let me diss these boy bands and these pop girl stuff. Let me do that because it's going to, those are going to be the hits.
Is Jack just a function of the machine?
No, I just think Jack is he's very calculated with what he does. Like, put it like this, by the time you see something, Jack has probably thought about it for months.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I definitely think he's a smart dude. And he raps his ass off for sure.
And he does. But sometimes, guess what? Even the most rappy rappers, you can't just always just super rap because the super rap's not going to sell.
For sure.
Even take like a Drake.
You need a hook.
Okay, he just dropped. You need a hook. But he dropped for All the Dogs. Of course, Drake's going to sell well, but it wasn't received well.
It wasn't.
And then guess what he did? He came back and he dropped the Scary Hours, which was kind of a deluxe, really, for the Dogs. But those were all rap tracks.
Taken way better by the public.
Taken way better by the public, but guess what it didn't do? It didn't super boost the numbers.
Yeah.
It didn't super
It didn't
boost the
chart.
numbers. It didn't chart.
I mean, it might have like.
Well, some of it because it's Drake, so it didn't do like a week.
It was, but it wasn't like his usual.
Because guess what? When Drake dips into his rap bag, we love that because I want to hear the bars. I want to hear a Drake album that's all bars.
Yeah.
But guess what? That's not going to sell as well as if he gives us some island joints,
some Kiki.
We need some Kiki. We need some stuff where he might got some corny lines, but it's like it's catchy.
Say
those
that you
stuff.
a lesbian girl, me too.
Hey, but it goes up.
So
it goes
I
up.
actually like that bar.
So man, I'm so confused, right? Like you have reached double diamond selling recording and mixing engineer. Like, so you don't produce though?
Well,
like
I guess it would almost be kind of how I said, like the beat maker and a producer.
Yeah.
So a producer can also be an engineer.
I know. So are you producing at all?
I don't physically make beats.
I know, that's fine. But
I've literally from day one, I've been producing without me even knowing I was producing.
Yeah.
Because me as an engineer, one thing that I've always tried to pride myself on is building my own soundscape and stuff. I don't even really like to say engineer. Actually, I always say sound architect. I'm a sound architect.
Okay.
So that's what I like.
Should we start the interview over?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's just
Chris Tucker.
KY Sound Architect. You should probably drop engineering out of your name then. I mean, I'm just saying. KY
It doesn't ring as well.
Yeah,
I know.
It doesn't.
I know, but okay, yeah. So like that's something you pride yourself on doing. But like, are you assuming the producer role on records these days, or?
I do that anyway because overall, I'm kind of the mesh between the producer or the beat maker and the artist. So when I get these records, I'm taking them and making them things. And when I was recording, I was really even more producing because I'm sitting there with you. So I'm telling you, say if I'm working with Future.
Yeah.
Future, say the beat's 5 minutes long. Future will rap down this 5-minute beat 5 times and just be saying stuff, just trying to catch a vibe. And then you take that and you say if I take that first take, kind of almost like I was saying with the Nicki Minaj, I comp it. So I might take a cool bar that Future said from the first take, and then I take another cool bar and put it behind that, and it kind of it'll make a song.
Yeah.
It'll make a song. Like I might be able to find a cool hook out of things that he just said. And which I kind of did on Motherfucking Right. That was a song with Chainz and Wayne.
Yeah.
Mike Will made the beat.
Motherfucking right.
Yep. Mike Will made that beat.
So you did because you made the hook. Like I've done that with artists, and it's 100% production.
Right.
But we don't always get the credit for that.
So how that song was done though, yeah.
Okay.
So how the song was done though, Mike Will actually came in and, I know you hear, so Zaytoven ended up putting some extra production in it. So he played the keys. But when Mike played it, it was all drums, was no melody in it. But Chainz just loved it. Mike was actually happened to be there. Chainz goes in the booth. He's just saying a lot of different stuff. And I just kind of take it. They just like, oh, not really even thinking about it because I don't want to say they were playing around, but I mean, we kind of always playing around, just trying to come up with an idea.
That's how it happens.
But he does that, and I take it, and I make that motherfucking write a hook, and I take the first verse, and I kind of make a second verse, but it's like I really kind of don't have enough. Chainz ends up later on, end up coming back and really finishing that verse, and then Zaytoven ends up putting all those keys and stuff like that on there. But basically, I took something and I made it something. That's producing.
Yes.
I think what you just said is a huge fucking gem, though, just about like our audience recording over like unfinished beats or whatever, right? Like I think like recording over something with just drums and then having someone come in and post produce a lot of the like, melodic elements. I don't know that our audience is doing that much. I mean, to be honest.
A lot of beats these days, when they show up in your email, beat makers and producers are trying to impress artists, so they end up putting a whole bunch of shit in their beats.
Well, that's
and it's too crowded for vocals, and because they just want to they want the artist to hear something that immediately jumps out of the speakers and sounds amazing, but it ends up being too much. There's no room for the lead instrument, which is the vocal. So just having drums and having a good rhythm with all the room in the world for vocals can be inspiring, I think.
And I tell producers all the time when they're making their beats, just don't go super crazy yet. Like I said, give them something, really just the drums, and maybe you can give them 1-2 melodies.
Yes.
Where they can kind of differentiate maybe the hook from the verse.
Yeah.
Cool. Maybe you got an intro, different part. But don't go super crazy because you actually will confuse the artist and they won't even rap on the beat.
Yeah, I think
it's too much. You can do it after.
I think beat makers could just stop using lead sounds altogether. I don't think you need a lead. All these producing, all these plugins that have like a lead category where you're putting in like a lead synth, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Hot take there.
And I mean, like I said, maybe you can do it, but just do it after the artist does their thing.
Has the vocals in it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is a gem, is that like a lot of producers, probably more so titled beat makers, are sending artists beats, and it's almost like a take it or leave it deal.
Yeah, because they're like, the beat's done.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not skilled
everything.
enough even.
And it's an act of
Here goes
Congress
this
to get
sound
the
that's kind of like throwing me off, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like, so the artist won't rap on it because the beat is too busy.
I've heard so many artists say, I don't like this beat because that one sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can literally disappear.
It's busy.
It's easy to. It's just like if it was, and I'm thinking like, damn, if I was the producer, I would immediately just resend this without that sound.
Just remove the sound.
Yeah,
move the sound in. I mean, like I said, if you really want to make a dope song, people don't realize sometimes you could spark some magic, and you just the artist goes in the booth, and you already got the beat, and the beat's just kind of already where it needs to be, and the artist says some dope stuff, and you don't do anything else. But for the most part, a lot of these hits, I mean, they're worked on. I mean, the producer made the beat, and maybe it's kind of open, not really finished. The artist does their thing on top of that beat, and then the producer gets it back again and let them kind of add some stuff on certain little words maybe that they said, or, oh, this is cool, add that, and then, I get it, and I kind of make it a sound to me as the engineer. I kind of make a sound around it, and that's a hit record.
So
post-production.
Yeah. And so
it's not a lot of that going on now.
It's not enough. And it's my favorite part.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
And the producers love it. Like, oh man, you gave me some vocals. Like, the best thing you could do for a producer really is send them a cappella.
Yes. Oh my God.
We just interviewed Super Mario, and he said the same shit, where he'll love asking an artist to send him just raw vocal stems and let him literally like change the whole fucking song. They might have recorded those vocals to some other
a whole
dude's
nother beat.
Exactly.
Because you can try and make a beat that sounds cool, or you could try and make an entire song.
Yeah.
You can try and make the song.
And for the producer, it's like, oh, at least I got something that I kind of got to, because when you're just making a beat, you don't have vocals, you just trying stuff.
And you're mumbling and like rapping along to it yourself, trying to hear it on there. Yeah.
But it's like, if I already got the vocals, oh, I can do this cool thing when he says this, or what he's saying is kind of giving me this vibe. Let me do that.
So why do you think more people aren't doing it like that?
Well, a lot of times, I mean, you have to have that relationship with the artist for one, for them to even be sending you a cappella.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of one.
They got to trust you.
Yeah, they got to trust you. Like, the artist's not just sending off their a cappella to some random dude that says, hey, send me a cappella.
It seems, I guess I get it, but I think
it's also just laziness in this generation and how easy it is to make music.
To crank out a song, right? That's what I think. I think it's more that.
To be like, this song's done, let's do another one, instead of taking the time.
Just because we even talked about it as far as like the demand that's placed on artists to crank out music at such a high volume, right?
I think that's only for certain artists.
Yeah.
Depending on who you are.
But what about up and coming artists? Do you think?
Up and coming, do whatever you want to do.
And you need to probably release as much music as possible.
There's no. I'm gonna wait 2 years.
Yeah. It just
can't be.
Because guess what? You're never gonna make it.
You can't be Playboy Cardi. You can't be Frank Ocean.
Yeah,
dude, it's
you're up and coming.
You had to get there, and then you can do that.
Yeah.
Then you can drop every 3 years. You drop every 5 like a Kendrick or something.
Right.
But you had to be there.
Yeah.
You had to be there.
So as someone who's, fucking double diamond selling, right? And you've mixed countless records. Like, how much of mix engineering is technical, right? Like the super technical side of it versus like just the feeling of what sounds good.
So, I mean, you do kind of got two sides. So for me personally, I take the side of feeling more so than the technical.
Yeah.
Because I never went to school. I'm self-taught. I never went to school for engineering. I actually learned all the technical stuff after. I learned how to actually use all these programs and all that stuff first. So for me, it's a feeling. And also, I think for me with the feeling is I've lived these songs before, like, or at least a feeling. Because, of course, the songs that I'm mixing, they're new. But I've had that feeling to where, I've been in a club and I've seen how a song like this can make you feel. So I need to what can I do to bring that feeling to this song? And that's kind of how I kind of operate with a lot of songs are. Maybe you was chilling with a girl and it's a slow song. And I remember that situation with that girl and it made me feel a certain way. Okay,
she let me hit, so I mixed that song right.
Right. So I got a song. I got a song that now makes me feel like that moment. So of course that song's not that song that I was listening to, but I want to take that song and I want to get that feeling. So I'll mix it to kind of get that feeling. So I'm more of a feel person, not necessarily technical. Of course, I know I don't want it to be distorted. Some distortion's cool, depending on what it is.
Absolutely.
But not like it's distorted to where it's like, just doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
But I'm more so of a feeling guy. And I always used to use this thing. I don't say it as much, but I always used to say a ghetto mix. And what I mean by that is because when I first came up, like I said, I don't know, I need to take the lows and make them 175 hertz and -6 dBs and turn the highs up and to the 500 and add some and take some of the mids out. And
voice is incredible.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious because the people that didn't know the rules and mixed shit wrong are the people that set the new standard of what sounds cool. Like the people that didn't know the rules and broke them on accident.
Because I made a sound from that. I made a sound from that.
That's cool.
Like literally. Like and so I kind of just stick with that. Like I said, now I do know the more technical stuff, and if I need to do it, and every song is going to be different. So say if it's a song that got an R&B hook and it's kind of a radio song. Like take the song Transparency with Usher on we did on Collie Grove 2.
Yeah.
That's more of like a radio record. It's Usher singing on it. The beat's kind of smooth. So yeah, I want that to sound as crispy as possible. Same thing with
that means a little bit more technical.
Yeah, now I'm gonna go technical.
Looking at the dBs and the hertzes and all the fucking whatever you're saying.
I'm really in it.
The low end's not clipping.
Yeah, I'm really in it. This is a smooth song. The bass is smooth. The kick is smooth. All that stuff. But then when I got a trap song, or I know this is going to the club, let's distort this thing a little bit. It doesn't have to be the most polished 808. It doesn't have to be the most polished kick.
You're putting a soft clipper on the master and cranking it up.
Hey man, we going crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like we going crazy with it. But like I said, it gives it that feeling because some songs I feel like sometimes they could be overmixed. It literally is a such thing as it being overmixed.
1000%.
So I think that's kind of where you have to take it song by song though. Now I wouldn't say, let me work with Ariana Grande and I'm going to make her give this ghetto sound because that's not her sound. You have to understand who you're working with, what this song is, and make it that.
I just think music, man, for me at least, like the reason I wanted to start the podcast was because I am such a lover of music. Right?
Right.
I'm just a fan at the end of the day. And it's like, for me, it's all about feeling.
Yeah.
It's literally all that matters to me as a fan. Like I know everyone has their own whatever opinions, but I would say for a majority of people, music is so important and such a big part of it, like a lot of people's lives because of how it makes them feel. So I think, of course the technical stuff has to be there. Maybe you got to pay attention to that shit. But I think the feeling. And that goes for artists making music. And this is what I stress all the time of what are you even talking about? Like, what are you actually trying to make the person feel? And it doesn't need to be this deep fucking message and concept every time. If it is that I want a song that's going to turn people the fuck up in the club. that's the feeling. That's the thing you're going for.
Right. I mean, if that's what you own, because I mean, you do have other artists where they maybe don't do club music.
But that's what I mean is that the artists need to be a little bit more clear. And this is like talking just to our community who's trying to like, improve. And I feel like the biggest thing that I think sticks out about like up and coming artist music that maybe they're missing the mark on is just, I don't know that they actually even have an idea of where is this going to be listened to.
Right.
How are people going to consume this? What is it actually supposed to make people think, make people feel? Why are they listening? What do they give a fuck about this for?
And that's why I was bringing up those descriptions of, this song makes me feel like that girl I was chilling with.
That's what I mean. That was a perfect thing.
I'm in the club and this shit is turned the fuck up. And I want to get that feeling.
Exactly. And so that goes for the mix engineering, that goes for the fucking lyrics, that goes for the production. Like for me, that should drive everything about the fucking song.
Yep. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, you are supposed to get a feeling. When I listen to your song, I should feel something.
Anything.
Like no matter what that feeling is.
Happy, sad.
I need it.
Laughing.
Piped up.
I need it. Piped up.
Confused.
Yeah.
Curious, whatever
whatever that feeling is.
The only wrong answer is not feeling anything.
Exactly. And
when I don't feel nothing, then guess what? That shit's trash.
Back to the drawing board.
And that's where I think a lot of people do miss the mark though, man, to be honest, is like just kind of falling short on the feeling and like the listener walking away with like a very distinct
I gotta walk away with something.
Yes.
You almost want to start with that. Like at the beginning of the
I need to learn something. I need to not learn something. I need to just have fun with it. Because a song could actually be about nothing, but it's fun.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Totally. That's why like some of our audience hears me give critiques and like they think that I think every song needs to be this fucking deep, super conceptual.
I don't even want to hear that all the time.
Nah, I don't either.
Most people don't.
No,
sometimes, but no.
I mean, sometimes I do, but And some artists they kind of give you both. Like say like a Jay-Z, he give you those songs where he's kind of teaching you some stuff, but then he's gonna give you those songs where, hey, we just having a great time here. Like this is my club track. You know what I'm saying? Like. I'm not really even saying much. It's just cool, slick lines, and I'm gonna give you that, and then I'm gonna go back to the song and I'm gonna teach you something. And I'm gonna bar it up. Like every song doesn't have to have this big message.
For sure.
What I'm saying? Like I love Sexy Red. I mean, and I don't feel like she raps about anything.
she makes you feel. She makes you feel.
But she make me feel good. I'm like Hellcats, SRTs. You know what I mean? Like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I'm having a good time, I'm having a good time and I want to listen to that. But then when I'm in my moment where I'm like, I don't feel like hearing stuff that's just gonna make me want to party, then hey, let me go ahead and turn on something else. I'm probably not gonna listen to that then.
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna turn the Sexy Red on until I'm around some girls or I'm at the club.
Late night. She's a PM type of artist.
Definitely PM. Like 9 a.m. Sexy Red,
I ain't starting my day like that.
Then I always like to go with the no rap before noon anyway.
That's smart. What do you listen to before noon?
70s soul, 80s.
He told me he wakes up at noon, so it's really just rap when he wakes up.
So my noon is it's no rap before 3.
Yeah.
Because I wake up at noon and then I got 3 hours until 3 and
funk and soul.
Yeah, but I like a lot of soul stuff. Like I said, man, 60s, 70s, man, is great music. 80s, 90s R&B, love it. 90s rap. 90s is that's the best era ever.
90s is, man.
Of just music, I think, overall, period. I just think everybody was on their shit in the 90s. Like, I mean, even with rock, pop stuff. I mean, you had your boy bands. I didn't really listen to that stuff, but I mean, that was huge music.
Yeah.
I mean, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, all that stuff. But man, the 90s R&B rap, like that's the golden era for all music, I think. 2000s to 2010, that was a great period too. I think it kind of, they kind of rolled the coattails off of it. But that 90s, nothing like it.
I'm so happy he just said that's such a hot take.
Do you think music's kind of fallen off? Quality-wise?
I mean, maybe overall, maybe what's pushed. Because honestly, I think that it's so much music out here now that if you want to find something that'll make you happy, it's there.
It's so hard to find. It's so hard.
But you have to dig.
Dude, it's hard.
I mean, this dude might be like super underground artist. I mean,
dude,
but
some of the favorite
but I feel like the music is there.
Yeah,
but maybe sometimes it's just too much.
I know, but we judge it by what's popular. That's where the masses judge.
The masses do, because
when they say the quality of music. To your point, no, actually, statistically speaking, there's like 100,000 times more songs than there ever were in the 90s, like being created.
Yeah.
So there's actually just as much good music.
You had to be a person that's really into it to sift through it to find it.
And I don't got time for that shit.
No one does.
And a lot of people don't. And honestly, a lot of this stuff, because think about it, of course, it's called the music business. So guess what the labels want to do? They want to sell it. So the songs that are the popular, like I said, they're good on TikTok, good on Reels on Instagram. The people's putting those songs, those are going to be the more popular ones. But a lot of the dope stuff is not going to be the stuff that sells. And that's even kind of the thing with Killer Mike winning his Grammy. Shouts out to him. It's like, I don't even know if that album is gold. But it's like an amazing piece of work.
So you think he deserved to win?
I think he deserved to win because guess what? When you think about a Grammy, they're not going for, it's not a popularity contest with the Grammys.
I do respect that about the Grammys.
It's an art thing.
Yeah.
They're looking for an art piece. They're looking for stuff that's going to hang up on the wall.
But sometimes it feels more like a popularity contest, does it not?
Nah, because I mean, if it was a popularity contest, Killer Mike wouldn't even been nominated.
Bro, Macklemore.
Well, that was they messed up then.
You picked the biggest
they messed
snub
up then, though.
Grammy history.
Because Kendrick should have won that.
You picked the biggest snub in Grammy history.
Kendrick should have won that.
We're never gonna forget that.
But see, that's one of the things. Like, I don't know if I know a lot of people seen the Jay-Z speech or whatever.
Yeah,
and I mean that's kind of what he's saying. Sometimes, hey, y'all get it right. Y'all been getting it right a little bit more recently, but it was a time that they weren't getting it right.
Yeah.
They weren't. They're like, I mean, Macklemore, I mean, shouts out to them. That song was, Thrift Shop was amazing. I mean,
such a good record.
It did what it did. I mean, I didn't personally listen to it.
I think you had to listen to it.
But it's a lot of people that did.
It was everywhere.
Good Kid is one of the greatest albums ever made in history.
But Good Kid should have won that Grammy.
Yeah.
It should have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
hey, apologize.
Sometimes I feel like, yeah, they do get it wrong, but lately they being a little bit more right. But also, I think that was the thing with the kids because they probably look at it too. Actually, a younger guy actually had texted me and he was like, they keep giving the Grammys to the dudes that's 50 and up because you got to think Nas had won it like, I want to say he won it the year before.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Or maybe the 2 years before. I'm not sure.
King's Disease 3.
King's Disease, I want to say one maybe won it.
I think maybe a couple. King's Disease.
Maybe he won a few times.
The series is crushing.
Nas was always getting nominated for King's Disease.
And never winning them though. But with King's Disease, before the King's Disease, he was never won a Grammy.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I said, they're gonna go for like the more artsy piece. That's just what the Grammys are gonna go for.
Bro, people were pissed.
They were pissed because they want Travis to win.
Yeah. So many people were like, "Who's Killer Mike?" I was pissed off when I saw.
Now that's where you make me mad. Now if you just want your artist to win. Okay, cool. But you say who's Killer Mike?
You know who he is.
Yeah, the kids don't know who Killer Mike is, bro.
We got into the biggest argument about whether Kai Cenat, the famous streamer.
Yeah, I seen what he said.
He said, "Who is this guy?" He literally was claiming he didn't know him. I was telling Henry, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. He gotta know who he is.
You live in Atlanta.
You live in Atlanta. I think he's from New York, though.
He's like 22 years old.
Killer Mike is Atlanta, bro.
He doesn't know who Killer Mike is.
But he got to know who he is. At least, even if you don't listen to his music.
Exactly.
You got to know who he is.
Exactly.
Because even outside of music, he's done other stuff. Like I mean, even just like, even just on the political stuff, he got a Netflix series.
Yeah, dude.
He's done a lot of stuff. Like, you know who Killer Mike is.
Exactly, bro.
Even if you don't listen to his music, you know who he is.
That's what I'm saying.
I disagree.
I totally.
And I try to give, not necessarily him, but I just try to give a lot of younger people pass. Maybe they don't because Killer Mike has been releasing, even with just Run the Jewels and stuff. I mean, it's underground. So, like I said,
this point, yeah.
Bro, Run the Jewels is on festivals, bro.
But it's underground though.
It's on festivals.
More so overseas.
They're not charting anymore.
Bro, I'm pretty sure Run the Jewels has been on like Rolling Loud not too long.
Probably.
For sure.
The kids are looking at Rolling Loud and being like, who's Run the Jewels?
But even if they came on though, they would probably came on at like 4 p.m.
That makes me mad.
Afternoon set. For
all
sure.
right. We don't want to argue about Killer Mike.
But I'm just saying they were underground. And I mean, even this album that he dropped, he did it underground. So of course he's not getting that pub, and then he's not making trendy stuff.
No,
he's not
definitely
making,
not.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
respect that.
It's like not unless you're probably 40 and up, you're probably not putting that on your reel.
Nah,
on your
for
TikTok.
Sure. For sure.
You're not gonna put these songs on here. It's like, then you're gonna pick another song. So it's like I get it because a lot of these kids, I mean, they have grown up to the social media stuff. And so if it's not hitting any of these platforms, they probably don't see it. But Killer Mike's just been around so long. For you now to say, hey, I haven't heard the album, I could believe that more than you saying
for sure.
More than you don't know who he is at all.
Exactly. All right. So, we kind of touched on, obviously you've had a, long history with Wayne. how did Wayne and your relationship even start?
So shouts out to Hot Beats once again.
Okay, Hot Beats.
Yep.
Dude, we need that documentary, bro. The
Yeah,
Hot
we
Beats
do.
documentary.
But I was working at Hot Beats. I've been working there maybe about 2 or 3 years.
Just like a staff engineer.
Well, yeah, I was staff engineer, but honestly, I mean, so the quick story of Hot Beats. I basically started there when it was one room.
Okay.
And we ended up building our clientele, and we ended up building to 3 rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the guy that was there from day one. So basically every client that kind of came in there was kind of my client.
Okay.
Until we built up, and of course we had other rooms. So other engineers were kind of getting their chops. But anyway, it's actually kind of a crazy story. Shouts out to Titty Boy, aka 2 Chainz. My dog always been looking out for me. You
Always.
know what I mean? He looked out for me without knowing he was looking out for me.
Yeah.
But basically, Wayne, he used to go record at Patchwork, another legendary studio here in Atlanta. He was working there, but guess what you can't do in the control room?
Smoke weed.
Can't smoke.
Dude, Patchwork fucked up with that rule. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's a quick way to lose a lot of clients.
Ben, they're doing fine.
Yeah, we're doing.
I'll tell you, they're doing just fine.
So he gets to the point he decides, hey, I want to do whatever I feel like doing today in Patchwork. He lights up his blunt and they kick him out.
No.
Kicked him out. So guess who he calls? He calls a good friend named Titty Boy at the time. He wasn't 2 Chainz. He calls up a good friend named Titty Boy, say, hey, I need a studio. He's like, oh man, come to Hot Beats.
Ooh.
So he comes to Hot Beats, and at this time, Wayne actually already has his own engineer. Shouts out to Diesel. That's his engineer at the time. So they come up there, and I'm like, yo, Wayne is in here. I've literally been listening to Lil Wayne. I mean, me and him, well, I want to say he's maybe 2 years younger than me, maybe.
Okay.
But Wayne's been rapping since he was 12. And I've literally been listening to him since I was 15, maybe.
Yeah.
And,
The block is hot.
Before that. I mean, the first Hot Boy albums and just crazy. Like, I've literally been with Cash Money before they had the big deals and all that stuff. Way before, like I said, Block is Hot was like way later. I was waiting for Block is Hot. Anyway, he comes up there, but over the course of me working at Hot Beats, a lot of his friends, Mac Main, Gutta, T Streets, Kid, all of those guys had actually been coming to Hot Beats themselves, working on their own music before Wayne ever came. So when Wayne comes, they're with him. So I'm able to at least be in the room because I know these guys.
Oh, okay.
And he sees them talking to me, but I'm kind of just playing, even though I'm not an intern, I'm kind of playing an intern role so I could chill in here and just hear what Wayne is doing. Because like I said, he already has his engineer. So, hey, you need cookies, Wayne? You need water? You need candy? What do you need, Wayne? I just need to be in here, and whatever you need, I just want to sit there and watch. So that happens maybe a few times, and then his engineer, Diesel, actually missed a flight one time. So when he misses the flight, Wayne's still ready to work, though. So he's like, yo, he's not going to be here at all today. I still want to work. So he asked the studio owner, hey, you got an engineer? So he's like, yeah, KY Engineers. He's like, oh, I didn't even know you were an engineer. I just thought you was just like an intern around here.
I thought you were just getting the cookies.
Yeah, I thought you was a cookie getter.
I bet you were a damn good cookie getter, KY.
Shouts out to Otis Spunkmeyer.
Okay, yeah.
Otis. Big Otis.
Damn.
Big Otis. Shouts out to Big Otis. But anyway, I was doing that, and I ended up being able to work with him and that night. And I would only do that maybe, I want to say over about maybe a 6-month period. Whenever he came to Atlanta, I ended up kind of just working with him whenever he came here.
So were you nervous that first time getting it?
Oh, super nervous.
Come on,
Yeah.
bro. What kind of question is that?
I mean, dude, I just want to make
Talk
sure.
about the GOAT, bro. Talk about the GOAT, obviously.
And like I said, for one, I'm a fan of his. And then, I mean, he's like, yo, you got to work with me. And, I've kind of watched him a little bit. And I see, like I said, that whole thing with the whole speed thing. So it's like, I'm just super nervous. Like,
Yeah, so what did you notice about his, because you were kind of observing before you got the chance to actually record him.
he doesn't write.
Okay.
And I mean, at that point in time, that's like really, I mean, it's not as much a crazy thing to say now because it's hardly nobody writes, which they should go back to
he
writing.
started that.
Jay-Z started it, kind of. I don't want to say
He writes in his head.
Well, Wayne kind of does the same thing.
feel
So
like
he's not freestyling per se, where
True.
you hear the whole 16-bar verse and he literally just went in there and did it one take.
Right.
So, I mean, he's kind of doing that too. I mean, he's listening to the beat, going, and then maybe he comes up with a few bars and goes in, lays them down, comes back out, and that type of thing. So, I mean, he's writing in his head. But
So was Wayne punching in?
yeah,
the time?
punching.
Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
punching in. But keep in mind, at this point in time, everybody's kind of writing. So I used to always, me as an engineer, it was kind of one of the things like, oh, load up the beat. I know I got 30 to 30 minutes to an hour before I can kind of, the artist say they're ready, because I'm just going to loop this beat and they're just going to sit there and write. And sometimes they might just write a verse and then go in and do it. But sometimes they'll write the whole song. And this is the time where they're doing 3/16s, 3/12s.
That must have been so much easier to be an engineer at the time.
Man, you're still on the clock.
I told you, I'm going to loop this beat, and
it's great.
I'm gonna loop this beat, and then I'm going to go to Perky D's.
That's a callback that we never thought.
Perky D's.
I'm going to go Perky D's.
Where you can get your...
I'd like a large number 30.
So I would do that. I would do that, and like I said, I would watch him, man. But I was nervous, like I said. But anyway, he did that for maybe 3 to 6 months, and then eventually I was actually recording some other guys, and he calls me one day, and he's like, "Yo, you want to come to Miami for the weekend?" And keep in mind, at this time, I've never been to Miami yet. And he's like flying me down. This is like my first work flight trip, and that weekend literally turned into me being there for a whole month. And really not even just in Miami, because we ended up going from Miami when we went to New York, we went to LA. I'm flying on a private jet now. This is crazy. Like, I'm with Lil Wayne and we're flying on this private jet and we're going everywhere. Wayne's doing his Wayne stuff, and he's in the midst of working on Carter 3. So that's like the first project that like I'm working with him on.
So, I mean, Wayne at the time still was clearly like blowing up.
Oh,
right.
Carter 3's is like that was pinnacle,
the pinnacle of like.
But he's already
Wayne.
Yeah. Carter 1 is out. Carter 2's out. He's already going crazy on all these features.
Yeah,
he's already the mixtapes. So he's already there. But like I said, that Carter 3 was the pinnacle. But it's like he's literally already there. I mean, it's bubbling over. Like,
so he could have had any engineer.
I mean, anybody he want to do. I mean,
yeah. But so I mean, has he ever told you like why you?
But I think the main thing with me a lot of times is that once we talking about feeling, I think that a lot of times even though I'm not a rapper, I grew up in those environments, and I just think that I have a better understanding with them at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, of course, a lot of engineers back in those days, it's different now, because, I mean, now it's like engineers, they strapped up. They got the strap next to them. They might be a Crip. We got Crip engineers now.
What a time to be alive, folks.
It's a lot of cool
Crip engineers.
And it's just a lot of cool-ass engineers now. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, though, it was like the nerdy thing. Like, you were a nerd engineer. That's a nerdy thing to do. And I just think I was just a cool dude. Like, I was me. And I think that was kind of one of the things. It's like, when I come out the booth and we're not necessarily talking about music, I could talk to him about some other stuff that doesn't pertain to music, and he gets where I'm coming from. So I think that was like the big thing. And for me, I am a smoking engineer. So it's like I can actually smoke and, do what I need to do. Like I said, I'm not falling off, because if I did, one thing I won't do, I don't drink during sessions.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, that's like the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
But for me, I like to smoke, and I'm not even sitting there. I might roll up 2 of them, and if we got a 12-hour session, I'm going to smoke those 2.
Yeah.
Over the course of the 12 hours.
Yeah.
Are you giving any feedback, like vocal production?
Oh, a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
You could hit that better. Or, hey, it would be better if you take that one word out. And
see, that's what I do. But recording Wayne, I might be like,
well, yeah. How long did it take for you to feel comfortable giving feedback to him?
Oh, a little while. Yeah. And that was even another thing, I guess we wouldn't even say when we were saying the stuff with the whole etiquette stuff. You as an engineer, I think, to kind of build up before you even really try to really give them too many pointers, because you just want to fill out how they kind of do their thing. They don't know you. They're probably used to doing what they do. So kind of just fill out the situation and interject whenever you kind of need to, because you don't want to be the dude that just super going crazy. And sometimes you just need to see where an idea goes. As an engineer, you need to learn that too. Because I've dealt with plenty of songs where the artist, I'm just listening and I'm like, this shit whack. This ain't it.
But then
by the time they keep going and then they get back to the hook, it's like, oh, this is fire.
It makes sense.
This is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes you got to let the idea build too, and just see where it goes. Or maybe they finally get to the end and maybe it's still whack. And then maybe you just be like, hey, I don't like it.
See, that's the hardest part for me of being in sessions, and this.
He wants to say it's whack immediately.
I'm quick draw McGraw on like, this is not going anywhere.
You can tell he doesn't smoke.
But you're good at but sometimes you let it go too long though.
Well,
Sometimes you let the trash go too long, bro. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
don't
but
want
I
you to
know-
do a whole song of trash.
but I
I
know
don't think you go that
I know
far
what I'm
with it.
capable of in post too. Like I know, like
No, but it's not
if
about
someone
post.
Yeah, sure it is.
No,
of course
it's
it is.
their-
No, it is. It is
Come on,
because
man.
It's their
because
taste or
also that
wag.
was another thing that made me a dope engineer and why a lot of people wanted to work with me. Because sometimes they would do something, and yeah, it might not be that dope, but then by the time I like put that soundscape on it, get my good sound architectural stuff on, it would make it dope. Like you don't know how many times I've literally done that, and even sometimes even still with mixing, like the song would be decent, but it's like that mix takes it to that.
Oh yeah, no, I know
But
what
it's
a
kind of
good-
the same thing.
I
like,
know what a good
like
mix can
literally,
do.
like it literally will. Some good engineering can take a decent piece of work. I don't want to say a whack thing because it's kind of hard to really clean up some shit.
Yeah.
but
You can't fix
as long
whack.
as long as it's decent. You as an engineer can kind of, if you can kind of add some cool
Yeah.
little effects and maybe you do some stuff to the ad libs or you take out a drum here, and, as far as the sequencing of the beat, it's like you can kind of make some stuff dope. I've done that plenty of times.
No, that's
yeah.
true.
But that's why I say you kind of got to let the artist, you got to know when to be like, bro, this ain't it. Or just
Yes.
kind of let them get their idea out because you don't know where they're about to go. And I think that's like a cool thing as an engineer where you got to kind of have that balance of really just kind of let the artists just get their thing off.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And sometimes they'll even end up hearing it and be like, all right, I got it off, but I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
All right.
might agree.
So I know you've told this story before in another interview, and you even like kind of touched on this when you and I first met in the Suave session. But can you tell the story of like Forever by Lil Wayne and Drake?
Yeah.
Of just how that like happened?
So, of course, this is the first night I ever met Drake.
Yeah. Okay.
So, of course, like I said, I'm in there, I'm recording Lil Wayne. We're at Hot Beats. Shouts out to Hot Beats once again.
Okay.
We're back at legendary spot.
Damn.
But we at Hot Beats. So I'm recording Wayne, and I mean, Lil Wayne I want to say he got there maybe 7 p.m. that day. And we're just recording. Now it's 6 a.m. and Wayne's like, oh, I'm ready to go ahead and go on home. So, but hey, KY, I'm packing up. But hey, there's this artist named Drake. He's right there on the couch over here.
He's been here the whole time.
He's been there the whole time. And
KY's like, who?
yeah, I'm like, who? And I'm ready to go.
that Canadian?
I've been here for 12 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to go.
It's a long work day.
It's a long work day. He's like, yo, record Drake. He wants to do something. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Fine, Lil Wayne.
because Drake's sitting there, and I mean, I want to say I don't think that was the first time he met Wayne, but he's still pretty new to Wayne, so he's kind of just sitting there, just soaking it all in. He's just sitting on the couch.
Clearly, he wasn't talking a lot because you didn't even notice he was.
I mean, I don't know if he said anything.
Okay,
Just being
Drake.
honest. But I mean, that was almost like I told you that's with me. Like I mean, the first few times I got around Wayne, I got cookies for you. I got Wayne. I got. I mean, I have water. I got whatever you need to keep you comfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So Drake was in that mode. He
Drake's
was
in that mode. He's just soaking up the vibes.
Yeah.
So he's doing that, and of course, like I said, it's back in the day. So Drake hands me a CD,
Wow.
not a thumb drive, not a
CD.
hard drive. Not, hey, go on my email and download this beat. He doesn't airdrop it. He just-
Compact disc.
He gives me a compact disc.
Wow.
90 minute.
Wow.
90 minute compact disc.
Wow.
So he gives me that. I load it in. He's like, load that in. It's the Forever beat. And he goes in the booth.
Last name ever.
He
First
does.
name greatest.
He does that. He does that thing. And it's just amazing. And so Wayne is like still packing up. So
he immediately goes in.
yeah, he immediately goes in. Like, I mean, as soon as he hands me the beat, I mean, you got to
been
keep in
waiting.
mind, for one, he probably already had it before he even got to Atlanta anyway.
Yeah. He knew what he wanted
Yeah,
to
he
work on.
He probably had already even recorded the song. No telling. I don't know. I had to ask Drake.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he's even probably already recorded it. But he's just going with something that's surefire.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I loaded up. He does his thing. Wayne's still packing though. So Wayne hears it. And I'm even like surprised because, like I said, I'm just kind of looking at him. It's just like, when you kind of just look at him off top, you're not thinking like he's about to go spit some crazy shit.
Not at that time.
Not at that time.
definitely.
And
Wheelchair Jimmy?
and then keep in mind, I've never seen Degrassi, so I don't know him at all. Like literally, I don't.
Yeah.
So he does that first Forever hook, and I'm like, yo, this shit dope. Wayne hears it, and he's like, yo, I'm a rapper too. He's like, you think you about to just come in here and do that and think I ain't about to rap? Wayne takes his stuff, unpacks, and goes in and he does his verse.
Damn.
And so that's literally like my first introduction with with Drake.
Damn, bro.
And, you know, like, because also Drake, I mean, of course, you know, he has 40 and he has different people. But at this time, you got to keep in mind, like I said, this is Drake, like where they're not flying in your homies. They're not flying in your producer, your engineer. No. It's like Drake, maybe he has somebody else with him. I don't remember, but.
Is he even Young Money at that point?
Nah, not fully.
Not even.
But pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close. That's why he's there, because Tez, which was Wayne's manager at the time.
Yeah.
Cortez.
You know what I mean? He's kind of bringing it all together. And, you know, of course, Jazz Prince bought Drake to Tez. Mm-hmm. So, you know, they're trying to kind of bring it all, but it's not nothing official at this time. It's not.
So you had your selfish moment just then.
Yep.
Now I'd like to ask if you remember any stories from Be Steady Mobbin, the song that I played more than any other song in my entire span of high school. Was addicted to this song. It's one of my favorite songs of all time.
It still might be in my recently played on Spotify, actually.
It's the perfect song.
Classic song, man. Classic.
Do you
song.
remember anything from that?
Man, I just remember, for one, Wayne doing it. Shouts out to Kane. Kane made the beats. Kane Beats.
Yeah,
he's a super producer, and so kind of the thing. Like I said, I'm also like I'm a connector.
Yeah,
I don't like to use the word middleman. I'm a connector. So I knew Kane Beats from Atlanta. I liked his beats, and Wayne would always ask, like, yo, you got beats? So I'm like, hey, I got Kane Beats. I just hit up these dudes and get beats from them. Hit Boy, the same way. I get these beats from guys.
So you tell me you're about to say that you connected the beat to Wayne right now.
So I connected that beat with Wayne.
I'm happy
did that. So Wayne goes in, he does his thing, and of course Wayne doesn't really listen to a lot of different artists. Like, people kind of trip when Wayne says, oh, I don't know who this artist is, or I don't know this song. He kind of literally do be in Wayne's world. Like, he's just
that's perfect.
He's just focused on what he's doing, you know. So it's kind of one of those type things. But anyway, he does his part, and of course, us and Young Money, we're listening to everybody else. We're not just listening to you. Like, we love you, Wayne.
Listening to Gucci.
Yeah, we're listening to Gucci. So, you know, and then of course, you know, around this time also, like OJ the Juice Man, we always just run. Everybody in Young Money be running out talking about, hey, stupid fruity, hey. You know, like, we would just do that like all the time.
Best
and Wayne had no idea what we were doing. Loved it. Loved it. But Wayne like, well, why you all this A and all that? And you know what I mean? And so basically, like I said, me a big Gucci fan. We basically, everybody's like, yo, you need to get Gucci on this one, because they had never did a song before. So we like, you need to get Gucci on this one. And I'm like, I don't really know Gucci at this time, you know, because it's before Waka. So I'm like, I don't really know Gucci at this time, but I know somebody that knows him. And his name happens to be Titty Boy.
Oh.
It all comes back to 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz is the plug, too.
Chainz?
He's the plug.
He's the plug, bro.
He's the plug. So basically, I end up calling him, and, you know, I'm like, yo, you know, we got this song, we want to get Gucci on it. So Titty Boy actually takes it to him and gets him to do the verse at Patchwork. He does it at Patchwork. And the crazy thing is, which a lot of people don't know, Titty Boy actually had a verse on there.
That's what I was going to say. It's almost impressive that he didn't want it for himself. But.
So he did. So the original version of this song actually is Wayne and Titty Boy.
Damn.
So the fact that he's on there.
Your eyes just got scary.
So the version, that's the first version. So in order to get Gucci on there, I mean, that's kind of why Chainz is like, oh, I'm going to personally deliver this song to Gucci. Because keep in mind also, this is like before the times where, oh, I can email, I can't WeTransfer you this. I had to burn a DVD with the session on it.
Hand deliver
it. So he has to literally, I had to give this this DVD with the session on it to Titty Boy.
A DVD?
DVD-R.
DVD-R. That's how you would burn the session onto this.
Yeah.
I thought you just misspoke. You were serious.
No, DVD-R.
No.
You burn it on there.
I was like, it's called a CD.
I burned the session on there. And I burn that session. I give it to Titty Boy,
and he drives it over.
He drives it over to Patchwork, gets him. I end up getting it back finally, and that's how the song kind of came. And
damn,
it was kind of crazy, man, because I really didn't even want to tell Tit at the time that, because basically we end up getting it back, and Wayne's like, "Damn, Gucci killed it. I kind of want to rap more."
So he did the third verse.
He did the third verse, and then he's like, "I want to rap more. Can you mute Chainz?" But Tit at the time, can you mute Tit? And I'm like,
the hardest mute ever.
You're like, this is the guy that made this all happen.
He made it happen.
How hard was that?
It was very hard.
Damn, bro.
And I can't really remember exactly how I ended up breaking it to him, but I did break it to him before. And Tid actually ended up dropping his version of it because he had I want to say it was on his All Eyes on Me mixtape.
Okay.
Oh, because I was gonna say because this was still like free for all fucking
Yeah, this is mixtape
days where it's like
Yeah.
I'm dropping my version. Fuck y'all.
Someone's putting it on Dat Piff, whether it's the official artist or not.
So,
It's gonna
he
end
ended up doing it, and I the people that know kind of they know his verse, and he did good, but that's just not the version that's kind of out or whatever.
Yeah.
But nah, that's kind of the story behind it. Just the whole thing.
Damn.
Like I said, we were big Gucci fans, and
That's
we wanted
fire.
to get Gucci on there, and
Big
it just turned
Kane
into a
on the
classic.
beat.
Yeah.
Kane on the beat, and
sure.
And like I
I
said,
think Roscoe shouted out Kane too. He said, I had to go and get a beat from Kane. I swear he.
yeah. Kane was big back
got
in the day.
some shout outs too.
Yeah, Kane was. He was a super beast, man.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a while, but that's something that, like I said, I used to just do a lot. And like I said, it kind of the same thing with Hit Boy. Like Wayne, he did the Drop the World beat. Mm-hmm. So I actually knew Chasing Cash, and I didn't know Hit Boy at the time. I had met him a few times. Yeah, actually, I did know Hit Boy. Now I think about it, but I wasn't like in super contact with him. I was more so talking to Chasing Cash because Chasing Cash and Hit Boy, they had Surf Club, so they were making beats together. And I just knew Chase, and I'm like, yo, send me some beats. Hit Boy just happened to actually do that beat, and that turned into Drop the World with Eminem on it.
Crazy.
Damn,
That's
bro.
So crazy.
Well,
man.
KY, we could talk to you forever, man, but we've entered a final segment of the podcast.
I'm sad.
Final, hold on, man. We just got started.
I know, right? That's how I'm saying.
That's literally, I was like,
You got a boo sound effect over there, man?
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Boo him, boo Ben. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules here. Our audience's retention does.
And we haven't done a part 2 interview yet, but
We need one, bro.
If someone needs to be it, like, it might have to be KY,
Yeah.
bro. But we are gonna have some fun in this final segment. It's called the Rapid Fire Rampage. It's gonna be 3 short parts. I'll explain them as we go. The first part is a short answer segment. And I'm just gonna start firing them out. Here we go.
Short answer?
Short answer.
All right.
Nice and easy. Rapid fire rampage. I'm just getting it off. Starting with an easy one. This is a layup. What is the square root of pi?
Damn, I don't know.
That is the correct answer.
I don't know. And I should know this. See, that's dumb stuff that they teach us in school that we never learn and never use in life.
Yeah, you
Because
know.
I used to know this answer.
Did you know? I don't think I've ever known that.
I've never known.
Yeah, no. It's probably 1 point something. Anyway.
3.14.
That's pi. What's the square root of pi?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
Exactly. It's stupid. Anyway, that was a joke. Moving on. KY, give us your top 3 tips for becoming a diamond selling recording engineer.
I know this is going to sound cliche, but hard work. Determination. Hard work. Determination. That's it.
He said, fuck your 3.
2 of them twice. Don't need 3.
Yeah, we don't.
Hard.
You need 4, but you're repeating them twice.
Because I mean, honestly, that's really the main thing. And like I said, I know it sounds cliche, and people always ask me how you how do I get on? How do I build clients? Do good work hard.
Speaks for itself.
And determination. Like literally, don't stop. Like
No one wants
I know
to
it
put in the
sounds
work.
crazy, but you got to.
I know. That's what I'm saying, though. That's why it actually is so cliche, but so true. It's that
And
no
in
one-
an era of content and content marketing where it's so prevalent, like I've been an engineer by trade for over 10 years, and all my clients are from word of mouth. 100% of them.
Mine too. I've never made a business card. I don't have a LinkedIn.
Yep. Same.
I mean, I don't know.
You do good work.
do good
hard
work, and guess what? Those people tell
dedication.
other people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, moving on. This segment's called Ideal Audio. KY, we're going to craft the perfect song, your absolute perfect song. You can give me any engineer, maybe yourself, any producer, 2 producers, whatever, and any artists, any songwriters, whatever you want to do. Craft the perfect song, alive or dead, too. What are we doing?
Damn, you took it even farther with that one.
I know. Leveled it up there.
Let me see. Engineer first. We're gonna go with that. And I would like to have Guru,
Ooh.
Jay-Z's engineer.
Oh, shit.
I'd like to have Guru, and I would like to have mixed by Ali.
Both Ali and Guru.
Yeah, we gotta have both of them on the board.
Damn.
You know, you take half the board, Guru, and you take the other half, Ali. So we'll have both of y'all together.
Ali EQ,
Yeah,
Guru Compress.
Yeah, Guru compress. So we'll take that. That way, just take me out of the equation because I love those guys. Super amazing dudes. So I have both of them as my engineer. Producer. I want to have Kanye. with Manny Fresh.
Ooh, no one's brought Manny Fresh back.
With Manny Fresh.
Okay.
Because I just think that would be cool, like a Kanye feel on a Manny Fresh type bounce.
Yeah.
That would be different.
That would be different.
It'd be different.
All right, who's hopping on this shit? What artist we getting on?
Let's get like a hook artist.
Oh yeah, let's get the hook first. Let's get the hook because that's like the most important.
Yeah, who's on the hook?
Man, there's so many dope hook writers, but I want some melody. So I think I might roll with like and this is gonna sound crazy because it's not even a rapper or anybody does rap, but I just love. But I want like Money Long to do the hook.
Ooh.
Like Money Long to do the hook, just because like I said, I think it'll be some cool melody. You know what I mean? But also I want somebody with those melodies to kind of help her with it, like maybe on some rap stuff. So then maybe I take Josie.
Ooh.
So Josie and Money Long together on the hook.
Whew.
How can you lose with that hook?
It's already a win.
Yeah, that's a win.
But let's go verse 1, verse 2. You can only have 2 verses because this is 2024.
Only 2 verses. Am I trying to get like, what am I trying to do? The hit? Am I going for a hit?
You're trying to make your favorite song.
You tell
my
us.
favorite song. Well, I'm gonna need Drake. I'm gonna need Drake because I just feel like no matter what this song is about, he's gonna say some fly shit.
Yeah,
Facts.
definitely.
And he's gonna take it to where it needs to be. So I need Drake. And I don't know if I really want them to do a song together, but I just would like to hear Tupac there too.
Ooh.
Yeah. We got it.
Pac's on it.
It's a good
That's
song.
it. But I love Pac, man, and I think Drake could take it over the top. And maybe if it's a girl song though, because Pac has some dope girl songs.
You're
You
right.
did. No, absolutely.
You're
He has
right.
some dope. So maybe it actually will work.
I think that will work.
I think it'll work.
Drake and Pac.
And it's on a Ye and Manny Fresh.
And if I had anybody to actually, so I still need to add one more person though.
Okay.
Because I got Money Long and Josie on the hook. And you said Dead or Alive, so maybe I can have Aaliyah sing this hook.
Ooh.
Wow.
Be a multi, like they're all layered kind of thing. Crazy.
So it'd be like Drake featuring Aaliyah and Tupac.
Damn.
Produced by Manny Fresh and Kanye West.
Mixed by Guru and Ali.
And a mix by Ali.
Come on. KY, if you were an app on your phone, which app would you be? That one, whatever you're thinking of.
That's a good question. Because I was thinking mail.
Ooh.
Because I like emails. Because most of the time in the emails, it's like a check there somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
Or
He's a communicator.
Yeah, I like to, see what's going on. And, you get it's deals in the email.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like, I give good deals.
That's where the action happens.
And like I said, most of the time it's a check in there.
Right.
But it's also at the same time, it's like laid back. So it's like, you don't want to be there all the time because it's
True.
And I'm a laid back dude. So I'll maybe go with mail.
Okay.
I'll go
I like
with mail.
that. I like
I'll go with mail.
KY, you can invent a plugin for engineering that does anything. What does your plugin do?
So I like to kind of get on, like, I like stuff to be different. So I think whatever the plug-in is going to be, it's going to be something that's quirky. And maybe it'll bring so one of the things I did with Young Money, I created this thing like the chops. You had the stutter, I call them chops, but you have the Nicki really kind of took it and ran with it mostly. But I kind of created that for Wayne, and we ended up calling it the Young Money chops because everybody in Young Money did it. So
yeah, Nicki, Big Juice.
Yeah, Big Juice does it. Yeah, he goes crazy with it.
Yeah,
he's amazing. So, but I think maybe the plug-in to do that, and then it'd just be like quirky sounds. Like maybe you could take it and it adds like a automatic, like robotic kind of sound, or just quirky stuff. Like you would be like maybe spare moments where you would actually really be able to use this in a real world song. But I feel like when you used it, it would be like the dopest thing ever.
So
but it would definitely be more of it'd be like that would actually a good name too.
Unique-ifier.
Call it. Yeah.
Unique. You want to go in on this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I know some engineers.
Are you cutting me out of this shit?
Yeah.
I take 75.
It sounds like a deal.
You get 25 for the name though.
All right. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Moving on. What is one engineering lesson that took you way too long to learn?
Oh. Maybe how to track beats. Because you got to keep in mind, see, it's easy now. The producer just sends it through WeTransfer or airdrops the files to you one by one.
But like organization.
You got to remember back in the day.
You were losing things, bruh.
Hey, and I mean, like, keep in mind also, producers weren't making a beat with a computer.
Right.
They were doing it with MPCs,
Yep.
and then you had to have the MIDI cord run from their thing to the computer, and then hopefully the producer had at least a blown out MPC, which had an 8 out. Which 8 out is you have 8 outs, so that means I can do 8 sounds at one time.
Yeah.
Which sometimes it wouldn't be 8 because say if a sound is stereo, that's 1 and 2 for one sound.
Or if they use like a sample, all of the instruments are on one track.
Right. Yeah, stuff like that. So, you got that. And so basically it just was a lot. It took a lot to kind of learn that MIDI and then how to do it. And then once I ended up figuring it out, like I said, it took me too long, but I figured it out over time. Oh, just track out like 8 bars of the beat instead of the whole beat. Or the producers used to do song mode. So the song mode would be basically them inside of the MPC kind of doing a hook, what they thought the sequence of the hook would be, the sequence of the verse. But no, we're just going to take it. We'll just do the whole thing. Let me get 8 bars of it because that's probably normally how long it is. Maybe 16 at the most if you want to be safe. And we'll take that, put that in Pro Tools, and then I will just sequence it once we get it into Pro Tools. But I say that took me too long because I did probably years of just letting the producer do a song mode, and if that's something we would, because you never knew how long the song was going to be, so maybe we'd do that for 5 minutes.
So you hope that they just track it out exactly how the arrangement's going to be.
Oh, for sure. But most of the time they would do that because it was on song mode.
And they're producing it, so
and
they
they're
have
producing.
an idea of...
Yeah, and it's like, yo, do it how I said it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it's like full circle. MPCs are coming back and shit.
Yeah, it is. But at least they're doing it still through. So you wouldn't know that they did it on MPC because they're not going to track it through that.
True.
They're going to put it back in their.
It's going back into Pro
Ableton
Tools,
or Pro Tools
FL,
or
yeah.
FL, yeah, whatever they're in.
For sure.
So they can still at least give it to you fast.
Right. Okay, last one of the short answer. KY, what is your favorite curse word?
Bitch. We can go with
Part
bitch.
1.
Yeah, we can go with bitch.
Part 1.
Bitch is probably our 3rd most popular answer on that.
It's kind of underrated, actually.
I say it goes fuck shit and then bitch. I would say our most
Fuck
popular.
is cool, but I like bitch because it's just like, I grew up listening to Too Short and he'd be like, bitch.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
my favorite word?
It's cool. And then, sometimes people just be bitches.
They do. They do.
So
I think
too
I'm a
many times.
I think I'm a shit guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then, like,
you
say-
are a shit
Say
guy.
if something's happening in Pro Tools, like, if you get like the little spin wheel or the spinning ball of death, that's what I like to call it.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to roll with bitch. Fuck is a close second though.
Shout out autosave, by the way.
Yeah, shouts out to Odyssey.
Saved a
My
lot
God.
of great music.
And sometimes they do. I don't know, man. Computers just be doing what they want to do sometimes.
All the time. The second part is called the this or that portion. I'm going to give you 2 choices. You pick one. Coming out the gates with this first one, bro. Drake or Wayne?
Oh my God. We need an option like on Drake Champs where they like you can say both and you take a shot.
Or you can say neither. Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I would take a shot.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
well, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna have to go with Wayne just because I've literally been listening to him, like I said, since 14.
I was going to say, bro.
And Drake is Wayne's project.
Exactly.
So
there's no Drake without Wayne.
We're gonna go with Wayne.
Hooks or verses?
Hooks are more important.
But
if you're not really saying anything in this verse, I'm probably gonna cut it off. But I think for the world, I'm probably have to go with the hook because that's what you remember first.
Hook by air.
So hook.
EQ first or compress first?
Compress.
Fab filter or waves?
Waves.
That was the incorrect answer. That was the only one that had a wrong answer.
Man. And I rock with I rock with the Fab filter, but I'm a Waves guy. That was there first.
It was. It's the OG. And that's why it's outdated. Anyway, barbecue or teriyaki?
Oh, barbecue from the South.
Phaser or flanger?
Flanger. I'm a big flange guy.
Flange guy. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, or Tom Holland Spider-Man?
Tom Holland Spider-Man.
He was good. Give it to the kid. Rich or happy?
Happy.
0 to 100 hertz. 0 to 1,000 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
Or 1,000 to 10,000 hertz.
0 to 1,000.
He's a low end man.
Yeah, I like that.
Same here.
And, we in the South, man. I told you, right? It's that feeling. We need that. We need that. I can actually do without the highs. Let's take all the highs out.
Fuck it. Low pass filter. Everything. That's the 40 sound. That's what Drake came up on.
Yeah, man, let's
Just
do it.
cut all the high end out.
Let's do it.
Put the voice there. Discover new artists or binge your favorites.
I love discovering new artists.
Need more of that. And finally, melt all your plaques down to liquid or retire from the music industry.
We're going to have to melt those plaques.
There's more plaques coming.
Yeah, we're going to get some more.
He also has only got 17. He could just order the other 140.
It would save him a lot of money.
I might need to get a loan so I get the other ones.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm wondering, you think the bank would do that if I walked in and said, hey, loan me $30,000 so I can order plaques?
I think if you showed him your resume and I was the bank, I'd be like, take double.
All right, cool.
So, yeah,
That's
for
cool.
sure.
I like that.
This last part is the word association. KY, I'm going to say one word, and you just tell me the first word off the top of your head as fast as you can. There's no correct or incorrect answers. You are only judged on speed. Rampage! Starting with hip-hop.
Oh, shit. Legendary.
Compressor.
LA2A.
Snake.
In the grass.
Pizza.
Pepperoni.
Reverb.
Big sound.
President.
Obama.
Gas.
Weed.
Valentine.
Ooh, I like that one. 2 dates.
Oh God,
Double dipping.
He just outed himself.
I think this is coming out on Valentine's Day.
Close.
The day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yes. The 2 dates. I like 2 dates on Valentine's. That's cool.
Pro Tools.
Wouldn't be anything without it.
Zombie.
Apocalypse.
Lexington.
Birthplace.
Master.
Slave master.
Oh God.
I was thinking like mastering and the audio.
Oh, God.
But we didn't-
This is me, though. This is me.
No, we don't. Like I said, there's no incorrect answers.
Future got a song called Slave Master.
He does. It's kind of hard. Moving on. Influencer.
Corny, but not corny.
Atlanta.
I don't want to keep saying legendary, but just, it's a legendary city.
Lil.
Wayne.
Silver.
Fox.
Let's go. Silver Fox
This
himself.
has been the Silver Fox,
Yes.
the sound architect,
See it.
KY Engineering.
See it.
In the
See it.
building. If y'all fuck with this interview, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Apple Podcasts, follow us on Spotify Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review, god damn it.
Do it.
Give
And
it up for me again. Give it up
Yeah,
for
give
me
it up for
again.
KY. Give it up for
Give it up for me
KY.
again. Let's go.
And until next week, Henry, what are we doing?
Getting out of here,
Get the
baby.
fuck out of here. Peace.
See ya.
Bitch.
Pop that shit like one more time. They pop that one more time. Pop that shit like one more time. They pop that one more time.